Order of the Vision Fund Committee, 2025, October 23. First call to order. Do we need an agenda, or do we need a roll call?
Yep. Member Strugemeyer? Here. Sure.
Here.
Peterson?
Here.
Mayor Schmitz?
Mayor Schmitz.
I'm here.
And Chair Freilich.
Here. Okay, first regular item up agenda is the approval of the meeting minutes from last meeting.
I'll motion to approve the meeting minutes from last meeting.
I'll second.
Got a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion passes. We'll have receive the Vision Fund financial statements. Dimitri, are you coming up or no? We got. All right.
Dimitri is not.
All right.
For those of you, I'm Eric Lund, I'm the comptroller for the city. Looking at Vision Fund financial statements, as of Tuesday, we got about $995,000 in cash for the Vision Fund, with about $286,000 dedicated to approved projects, 3 of them that they just have not been drawn yet. And those 3 are Light Spring, the Simply Golden Properties, and then Algren Properties for Armor Interactive. That was approved last meeting. We don't currently have any of our previous buy-down loans in repayment at the moment, but those should be starting here in mid-year 26. We've made all of the expenses for our economic development partners for the 2025 year, totaling $250,000 between the downtowners and the EDC. Stand for any questions if you have any.
Any questions for Eric?
No, I looked at them. I'm fine.
All right. Anybody have a motion to accept the financials? Thank you, Eric.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second.
We have a motion and a second to accept the financial statements. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. And we'll be on to item number 3 on the regular agenda, consider application from New Freedom Center Incorporated. Nathan.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. Good afternoon, everybody. You have in your packet a request from New Freedom Family Center for the local match of the BND Flex Pace program for up to $107,692.29. This would be as part of the financing package for the purchase of the building at 1405 Skyline Way, which was previously the Best Western Hotel. I won't steal any of the thunder for the project. We do have representatives here from the project to talk a little bit about the project itself and give you kind of an update on what they're doing. I apologize. After Whitney sent out the agenda packet and I looked over it, I realized I forgot to send the scoring matrix. So I hope that you all did receive that. I'd sent that to her after the fact to send out to you all. Looking at the scoring matrix, the project scored a 10 out of a possible 14. I will note just a couple of things. So in the application itself, the current number of jobs is actually part of the project itself. The project is a new project. It's the purchase of a building and a new project within that building. So, and they are in the process of ramping up operations within that building. So that's why the numbers may look a little bit different from the application to the scoring sheet.
That was the question I had. It said 1 here and 1 here, and then in the narrative it says a lot more, and then here it says a lot more. So
yeah, so I apologize. I maybe should have clarified that in the scoring sheet when I sent it over to Whitney. But yeah, the scoring sheet reflects all of the positions within that building, which is a new purchase, which is a new project, and that's how I scored it. So.
Okay.
That's why it looks the way it does. Just kind of a point of precedent. I'll just a quick reminder that And this doesn't have to have any bearing on your decision today, but we did have a similar business in the community, Heartview Foundation, did apply and was approved for the purchase of a building that they were going to expand services. They were it was an expansion of their offices, but that would allow them expansion of services, which I think we can probably all agree is a much needed service in our community that they're providing. And so there is a bit of precedent here for this type of industry in terms of being an unmet or undermet need in our community. So with that, I'll wait for questions for afterwards if you want, and I'll let the project come up and just talk a little bit about what they're doing.
And that project never did happen, right? Because of the assessment of the building, right?
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, yes. So it was approved here at this level. It was unanimously approved at the city commission level with, I would say, overwhelming support. Ultimately, that did not go through because of some financing issues, not anything to do with the city or the vision fund portion of it. It was an appraisal issue with the financing package, so it never did go through.
Right.
But with that, I'll let the project come up.
Thank you, Nathan. Hi.
My name is Andrea Swindler. I am one
Welcome.
of the owners of the new project, which is New Freedom Family Center. Just to give you a little history, my husband Josh and I own New Freedom Center, which is a drug and alcohol treatment facility. You may be familiar with that. It's kind of a dorm style for both women and men to go to and seek their treatment.
Sure.
Sorry.
Yep.
Our new entity is called New Freedom Family Center, and we are targeting pregnant and parenting women. And as you probably know, the obstacles for addiction are very high, and especially greater if you have children. You have nowhere to take your children to get the help that you need. So what we're hoping to do is we are working on converting the hotel into kind of a apartment-style treatment facility for the women to come and bring their children while they get the treatment that they need. I guess just some statistics. Columbia University recently reported that drug overdoses in pregnant and postpartum people increased by 81% just in the years of 2017 through 2020. So the need is huge for this type of thing. They have nowhere to go, nowhere to take their children. So we're hoping to not only provide this facility to help them, but also maybe even impact the next generation. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but that's pretty much in a nutshell what we're doing and what we're hoping to accomplish.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Does anybody have any questions for Andrew?
I do, and I probably should understand it better, but I don't. I apologize. Is this now a for-profit operation? Is the partner operation also for-profit? Because originally it was not.
Nope, both facilities are for-profit.
I'm sorry, I did not hear what was said.
She said both facilities were for profit.
In the write-up, it indicated it was not at some point in time. That's why I'm asking.
So I guess if you can provide any clarification, was it ever a nonprofit before?
No, it was not.
Okay.
And I thought we made it, or tried to make it clear that we are a for-profit organization.
Okay. Any more questions, Mayor?
The only other follow-up question, because I couldn't hear Andrea, and she probably even knows who I am, so.
I know, I was hoping you were here.
Is, how many, what's the need? I have an idea about how big a need is there for this type of housing for mothers with children? For this care, I should say, not housing.
Well, because of the children factor, they typically cannot go to, there's not very many treatment centers in the area that will even accept a child. We have a daycare available at our, it doesn't have to be licensed, it can be like a church daycare, but we have a daycare at the facility where the children can go to so that the mother can get the help that she needs.
The mayor can't hear you, so I'm just going to put this
Okay.
and we'll go from there. So if you wanted to repeat that again,
Yeah, I just kind of want to know what the market or the demand is. I mean, from your studies, and I think you may have stated this when you originally were presenting, but I couldn't hear it, so I apologize.
Oh, sorry about that.
The need for this type of service. I mean, I have my own gut instinct, which I think is
Wrong
probably
phone.
well known, you tell me, but
wrong phone, Doug.
Wrong phone.
Sorry.
There's a lot of obstacles getting into treatment, and a minority of treatment centers even offer you to bring your children. This will allow the mother who needs help to bring her child. We've got a daycare available for the child to go to while she's getting the help that she needs in her treatment program.
So I think the mayor was asking like how many requests or how is this a need that there is a need out there, I'm assuming.
Oh, absolutely. The state actually approached us. That's where we got the idea in the first place, because there is a huge gap. There's a barrier where they've identified that, nobody will take a pregnant or parenting mother because there's no place to house the child in that time frame. Usually treatment is, it can range from 30 to 60 days depending on the need of the client. So what do you do with your child in that time frame? So this is something we're hoping that can be utilized as an option.
and then can I follow up? Then I assume this is providing a secure place for these children and women, so they don't have to worry about potential predators.
Correct.
Okay. Thank you, Andrea.
Yep.
Anybody else have questions?
It sounds like there is the demand there with that, but would you estimate that you would have full occupancy when this launches, or do you guys have projections?
We
for
are
that as well?
already open, and we currently have 10 clients right now.
Okay.
And it's not, we've got one person from the western area of North Dakota Dickinson, so it's not just for Bismarck, Mandan. We're obviously open to anybody that needs it.
Okay. Any other, yeah.
Nathan, do we typically fund projects that are already open? How does that work?
Mr. Chairman, Member Peterson, so yes, to answer your question, yes, they have been funded in the past where they're typically open. Because of the funding requests that came in, and the closing of the loan, of the permanent loan, that's why it fell kind of in that opened between when they originally closed on the construction loan to when they're going to close on the permanent loan. That's why it fell in that opening time frame. So ultimately, when we were originally approached with this project, they were seeking funding through the Lewis and Clark Opportunity Fund, and they were asking for our assistance with a letter of support from the city of Bismarck. When I saw the project and we heard about the project, I told them, I said, I think there's some merit here that it may qualify for some Vision Fund dollars, and there, as we've talked about before at this committee, there's more advantage to utilizing the Vision Fund over the Opportunity Fund, and so we still went forward with the Opportunity Fund letter of support, while also doing the Vision Fund application. And so we were a little bit late in the game in putting the Vision Fund application together, rather than at the beginning of it. And so that's why you see the facility already opened, essentially. But yes, it has been the case before.
I got one question as well. On the scoring matrix here on question 6, the additional revenue that the project could generate, you list, or you circled startup, and it was had a 0 point total. So can you explain that to me a little bit? I mean, if it's a new center and all that stuff, you'd think it'd be generating additional revenue, so.
Yeah, Mr. Chairman, Member Stugelmeyer. So when we put the scoring matrix together, that was the feedback that we got essentially from this committee back at that point, and from the folks that we put it on the table to help us develop this matrix, was they wanted the startup in that zero category, because essentially, if you include it, if you put a startup on that, what's the percentage of revenue increase? It would be 100%, right? I mean, they're making nothing right now, and they would eventually be making money, right? And so that's why that startup is included in there. I'm open to making any changes that the committee feels like in terms of that, but that just to give you an explanation on why the startup is circled and why it's zero. It's because that's where the group and this committee felt like startups should land in that question piece.
Right, but they're essentially doing the same type of work, just tailoring to a different client, kinda, right? Am I correct in saying that? Yeah, okay. Thank you.
I have one more question. Is there a similar business anywhere else in the state? Maybe more for Andrea.
I can answer those questions, and then also talk about the questions already asked. Yes, there is another facility. It's called the Providence House in Arnegard. I don't know I don't know the numbers that they produce, the square footage, really anything about that program, other than that is Providence House up in Minot area. Mayor Schmitz asked about how secure the facility is, and very secure. It's locked up like a hotel. It's the property that we purchased was really as plug and play as it could possibly get. And then on top of that, the other doors, for fire, for safety, we have other doors for emergencies, but we really only use the one door. And we also have on-site security, maintenance security that lives there. So hopefully that clarifies that question. Another question as far as how full are we? Now, if we go past a certain number of beds and that number is 16, then we become an IMD, a hospital setting that changes the whole ball game as far as third-party reimbursement. The motel does have 62 rooms, and we can have that many rooms and other beds over and above the 16 because we have the child factor, and we don't know what that number is. It could be up to four mother and 3 children. The quality of treatment is adjoining rooms, multiple beds, multiple bathrooms. But to answer your question, as far as we're full, I'm very, very proud of our team, although it is skeleton right now, and we will be, I would say, hiring twice as much as what we have now. We started in August, but it takes some time to just to move in. We've accumulated things throughout the year, and just to put those together, it took some time. Admitted our first residential patient September 1st, actually right around September 23rd. And right now, so about a month into operation, we already have 10 residents, and push my people to the max. But they understand that this is challenging, and it will. And my wife Andrea did say the one person is from the area, or the one person is out of the direct area. The other 9 are residents of the Bismarck community there. So I think I clarified all the other questions there. So if you have any more, please, I'm ready to answer and brag if you let me. So.
Thank you. Anybody have any more questions?
Yeah, I got one more. So on the sources here, is that 4.125, is that the purchase price of the building?
No, that's, that was what we got a loan for. The original purchase price was a little over 6 million.
Okay.
Right around 6.2 million, but then being a successful motel and motel chain, you do have liquidated damages, and those were almost $500,000 on top of that. So the difference is our personal collateral, personal funds. We do get we are for profit. Our income is third-party reimbursement. However, it's our decision to put what we have available as far as dollars towards this facility. So
No, absolutely good for you. I was just curious on
Yeah.
the structuring of it. So
mhm.
Any other questions? I think
Okay.
that's it. Thank you for your time. Thank you.
Do you want the phone?
Oh, I don't know. I guess we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out here. Any discussion amongst the members of the committee?
I would move to recommend to the city commission to approve the funding. I know this service is desperately needed in our state and in our community, and I think it helps with some of our other social economic issues within the city, or potentially will.
Okay, we have a motion. Anybody want to second that one?
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Any further discussion? Take a roll.
Member Strugemeyer,
Yes.
Member Scher,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Schmitz,
Yes.
and Chair Freilich.
Yes. Application is approved to continue to the city commission. All right, next item up for business, consider the request, Sir LLC to increase the local match. Nathan?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. You have, again, in your packet, a request from Surya LLC. I'm butchering that name, I know I am, but, so just a little bit of background, on January 23rd, 2025, the Vision Fund Committee did approve the local match for Surya LLC, doing business as Lightspring, in the amount of $85,000. That would be for the local match of the FlexPace program through Bank of North Dakota. As stated in the packet, the project has the opportunity to purchase some additional building that they're working on in the midst of construction. With the purchase of that additional space, that would increase the request that they're looking for from the Vision Fund for that local match. The project is here. Some representatives from the project are here to kind of just give you a little bit of information on what that would do and how that would help. So the request would go from the $85,000 originally approved to $94,273.93. That would be an increase of $9,273.93. So
And it drops the term 19 months, right? Or off the payment plan, from what I saw too?
Yep,
So-
Mr. Chairman, members of the committee, that's a great point. So it does actually reduce the term as well, just of the buy down, not of the repayment of the local portion that the Vision Fund provides. It just provides, it would actually reduce the buy down period from 120 months to 101 months.
Okay.
So essentially, the Vision Fund would start to see repayment on that local portion, essentially 19 months sooner. So But other than that, if there's no other questions, I'll bring up the project and talk a little bit about how that works.
All right.
Hello. Thank you for taking time to consider this request. And Surya means sun, and it is Sanskrit, so it is a little difficult to pronounce. And we are focused on the sun, but not only the sun, so light spring, everything springing forward from sunlight. Solar is photo, which is light, voltaic, so photovolts. So it's literally sunlight. We have the hugest generator in the whole solar system sitting right there for free, and all we need to do is tap it with the right infrastructure, which building the infrastructure, designing the infrastructure clearly isn't free, but it's the lowest cost energy on the planet. If you remove all subsidies on the planet, it is the lowest cost. That is why China is installing hundreds of solar panels every minute, and Europe and the whole rest of the planet. And it's not going away, it's just getting bigger and bigger. And thanks to America catching up and really focusing on their renewable energy, America has launched forward, and we're installing 1,008 solar panels right now. We're doing about the last 350. I just was on a roof this morning inspecting all the work. We're doing 22 apartment buildings of the 42 in the next phase. But the beautiful thing about this was 5 years ago, I couldn't buy a solar panel with an American flag on it. It was a 2-year wait. It was almost impossible. America has built up a solar industry. So every single box that we're installing right now, every solar panel, every rack, every attachment has American flag on it, was made in America. And it's a really great time for solar. And I'm just happy that North Dakotans get to do this. And we as North Dakotans, that was the point. Let's have North Dakotans be able to do this and not it all be done by someone in California or Texas or wherever. So it's a great time to be here, and the solar system is expanding. A year ago, when we were here, we had 4 less employees than we do right now. So when we designed this building, it was, I have the plans right here, 4,150 feet, square feet. We had a big office space, and there were break rooms, very small, that we could use as functional spaces for little education, and smaller spots of meeting rooms where we could do some training and teaching. We're all teachers by background. Wes Davis, our general manager, he's actually teaching the first solar curriculum in North Dakota at Turtle Mountain right now. So he's in class all day. Just got some messages from him. And we care about building a North Dakota workforce, training a North Dakota workforce. So we thought we could use some of these spaces for training, the rest of these for office, and then we have a big open bay, but most of that's going to be full now. And we have 4 more employees. We hired 1 in the spring, 2 more installers this summer, and last week 1 more employee. So and full time. So we're going to need office spaces, we're going to need desks, we're going to need training centers, but also a lot of what we thought we could use for some of this, and for our manufacturing of the battery energy storage development and battery management is now going to be taken up by everything else we're doing, and just the sheer amount of equipment. We're going to have to buy more vehicles, and we had to buy another trailer, a huge enclosed trailer. So we want to purchase this, and we are in the process of purchasing this 2,000, or it hasn't closed or anything, but this is our goal, our dream here that we're working on, of purchasing this 2,080 extra square feet of the building. So we had 2/3 of the building. I guess I could just hold this up. We had this 2/3, and this was going to get sold to somebody else. That person backed out and said they'd be willing to sell it to us, which is perfect because we need this extra space. And we, especially once we start working on more development of our technology. So we don't just do solar. We do solar photovoltaic, we do solar thermal, we do energy storage, we do battery storage, we do energy efficiency, optimization. Right now we're building the first solar wall in North Dakota. We're working on the first microgrid in North Dakota. So it's... Anyway, I could talk about solar for hours. It's exciting to me, but I will just pause there and pause for questions.
Anybody have any questions for Jim? All right, thank you. I think everybody's got their questions answered. Discussion amongst the members on the proposal?
No, I mean, this has primary sector designation. I will make a motion to approve the increase.
Okay, we have a motion.
I'll second.
We have a motion and a second. Do we have any further discussion on that? I guess we'll take a roll.
Member Stugelmeyer,
Yes.
Sure,
Yes.
Peterson,
Yes.
Mayor Schmitz,
Yes.
and Chair Freilich.
Yes. Motion carries. Thank you. Do we have any other business from any of the members?
I guess the only thing I'd bring up is funding. You know, with funding this project, we'd be down to about 4 projects left. When would be the appropriate time for us to start having some discussions on, obtaining some additional funding? That might be a question for you, Mayor Mike Schmitz.
I can't hear what was just said, sorry.
I'll try to summarize. After funding these 2 projects, it appears that we'll have enough funding for about 4 more projects. Member Stugelmeyer was inquiring about when would it be appropriate to seek more funding for this committee.
Well, we'll have to see what's coming down the pike, but the funding request is going to be to move money from the Northern Plains Commerce Center when that happens.
I guess, yeah, that would be the one question I would have.
We'll have to see if we can put more into the budget as an ordinary general fund budget item next year, but that's going to be tight. We're going to have to find a source ultimately. Don't know what it's going to be yet.
I was gonna ask Nathan how many projects you have in the pipeline that you know of right now, just out of curiosity.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, members of the committee,
January might be when we ask.
so
I'm not going
there,
to ask until we're out of money. We're close to.
Okay, thank you, Mayor.
yeah, so there is one application that's been outstanding, I would say, for it's probably going on 5 or 6 months now, that it's been outstanding. And each month I reach out, each month it's kind of in a holding pattern, which is fine. There's no issue with that. I don't have a problem with that. But there is, to answer your question, there's one outstanding, no other applications that I can think of that are currently outstanding. A couple of conversations that we're having about potential projects, but no applications that are in hands just yet.
Okay.
And more out of curiosity, how far in advance are you typically having these conversations with organizations before it comes to us?
Mr. Chairman, Member Shear, so it really depends. I mean, there's been projects where we've had conversations for, potentially a year or more. There's, the one project that we've been working with that's had their application for some time. I think the first conversation we had with them was maybe 16 months ago. I'd have to go back into my notes and look, but I feel like it's been over a year since we had that initial conversation with them about their project. And so, but then, situations like New Freedom Family Center, it was, pretty quick turnover. We had the conversation with the banker. The banker had reached out asking for the letter of support assist. And, after visiting with him about it, I said, I think there's some merit here for seeking Vision Fund dollars because I do think there's a real need in the community for the type of service being provided. And so that was a pretty quick turnaround. We turned that over, I think it was less than a month. I think we had the conversation and it was application filled out and submitted.
I think just past committee knowledge, I think we've approved 3 projects a year tops that we've ever done since I've been on the committee. But just as we've had 7 when I started on this committee a few years ago, and now we have 4 projects. Laughing Sun starts paying their loan back June 1st next year, so that'll be the first repayment schedule on the back of the financials that's in there. We'll start repayment there. So we'll be one of the first ones that comes back around and starts getting back into this fund. Any other discussion? Then we'll adjourn the meeting. Thank you.
Thank you.